let's get into it. This is the ingredients that you will need to make the cake. Y'all know if you want to make it from scratch yourself, then go ahead. But your girl always use the box. Okay, period. Now with my cakes, I do substitute the oil for butter and the water for milk. And I add an extra egg. I never use water. If I'm making like a pineapple cake, I use pineapple juice. If it's an orange cake, orange juice. I don't know. The water brings nothing to the table for me, so I swap it out. I don't change the amounts. The only amounts I change is the egg by adding an extra egg, but other than that, just swap it out. So now I'm going to grease these little aluminum pans that I got from the store. And I'm brushing it with butter. You can use spray or whatever you have hanging around. You want to use something that's going to make sure your cake comes out super clean and with no problems. And the butter worked perfectly fine for me. So you want to evenly distribute the batter into the pans and pop them into the oven for the time directed on your box. And you'll be good to go. All right, so while the cakes are in the oven, I'm going to move on to step 2. Now, the reason why I'm making this step this early is because I wanted to really set up in the refrigerator before we add it to the cake. You know, because I'm not putting my cakes in the refrigerator, but I am going to let them cool all the way down, like all the way down. So I'm making the package pudding to the directions on the back. With the exceptions, I'm adding some vanilla after it sets up. I'm going to add a half a tub of whipped cream. Yes, you can make your own whipped cream. As you can see, I'm showing it to you. It's a half a tub. You can't mess it up. Look at that. A half a tub. And then what the whipped cream does is make things more pliable and more creamy for when it's time to put in the filling and put it into the cake, in my opinion anyway. So yeah, and this was actually so good. You can use plain pudding, but I went ahead and used the banana flavored pudding. And so yeah, these are how the cake turned out. They turned out so pretty. I'm like, what? No cracks, no nothing. So yeah, so now I'm gonna work on the vanilla wafers. I'm gonna crush some up because I'm gonna put this in half of the filling that we just made. And you can make them as chunky or as, fine as you want. I went a little finer than most. And so now I'm just going to put it together. Now, hindsight, I wish I didn't separate this in half. I wish I added the cookies and the banana to all of the mixture because, like I said, the flavor was it was so good. I don't eat this packaged stuff much, so I didn't realize how delicious they were. As you can see on my channel, I don't really, make stuff, prepackaged stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being shady or rude. I'm just saying, this channel, I make everything almost from scratch. So I didn't realize how delicious those things were. Seriously. And so now I have two pieces of parchment paper on the cutting board. Now I added my cake. I'm just taking off a little bit of the top. A little bit, y'all, just a little bit. The cakes were already flat, so it didn't need much. Like I said, they didn't puff up in the oven. I just wanted to have like a flatter surface. So now I'm going to add the filling that has the banana and the cookies. In the middle, I loaded it up. I didn't skimp. I loaded it up. And then I added the cake, the second cake. I did the same thing, cut the top off, and then I turned it upside down. I added the second cake, and then now I'm adding the other half of the pudding and whipped cream mixture. Now, like I said, I wish I had, added all of it to the entire thing. I don't know why I didn't do that. But I did have some left, and I just mixed it in. So now, at this point, I was like, Misha, you're just going to go for it and smear this stuff all over the cake. In my head, I was like, oh, my God, if I mess it up, it's fine. It's fine. It was cheap to make. It's fine. I'll just scrap this recipe. I can't even tell y'all how many recipes I've scrapped because I didn't like the end of the outcome of it. And, so I just pride myself on putting out the best product that I can on this channel. But it turned out okay. And I was like, well, I'm going to post it. It looks okay. It looks decent. It looks edible. I'm going to post it. So here I am. Shout out to the people in my community post that I just asked, did I make this cake or did I buy it? I definitely made it. But I love the people that said that I bought it. Because I do talk about baking on this channel. Like, I'm just not great at it, in my opinion. I'm not great at it. I'm not the worst, but I'm not great at it, you know? So I aligned the cookies and everything all around over top, and I'm going to show you guys what else I do next. And then so I took the rest of the crushed up cookies and sprinkled it all over because I wasn't satisfied. Yes, you can definitely put some bananas and cookies on the sides, but I was like, let me just keep the clean look and just don't even touch it no more. Y'all, the anxiety I went through, I was like, don't even touch it no more, Misha. Leave the cake alone. And so this is what it turned out like. Like, am I invited to the cookout? If I brought this to the cookout, would y'all invite me in? Can I come inside? No. Oh, I can't. Okay. All right, so now I'm just gonna slice the cake so you guys could see the inside. It was so soft and moist, and I did try a piece of the cake. Y'all know I don't be, I gotta be careful with what I put in my mouth. But oh Lord, pause. Ignore that. This cake was so delicious, you guys. The filling, the cake in general, adding the extra egg, using the milk instead of water, using butter instead of oil. It was just so good. Ignore my phone. Y'all know I record from multiple platforms. But this cake was super delicious, and I really, really hope you guys give it a try. But this is what it looks like, you guys. So if you give it a try, tag me and let me know what you think. This cake turned out amazing, super delicious, easy to make, and cheap to make. So thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. Bye.